ever paused to wonder about the silent battles teenagers fight in their minds every day? The unseen struggles that they grapple with, hidden behind their smiles, their laughter, their seemingly carefree demeanor. This is the hidden crisis that is playing out in the lives of countless teenagers across the globe. A crisis that is as real as it is invisible to the naked eye, a crisis of mental health. The prevalence of mental health issues among teenagers is staggering. It's not just about the occasional blues, the mood swings, or the stress of growing up. We're talking about serious mental health disorders, depression, anxiety, eating disorders. These are not mere teenage angst, these are life-threatening conditions that are affecting our children. Consider this. According to the World Health Organization, depression is the third leading cause of illness and disability among adolescents, and suicide is the third leading cause of death in older adolescents. That's right, third leading cause of death. Let that sink in for a moment, and it's not just depression. Anxiety disorders are also on the rise among teenagers. A study published in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology found that the rates of adolescents reporting a recent bout of clinical depression grew by 37% over the decade ending in 2014. Perhaps even more alarming is the fact that these numbers only represent those who have been diagnosed. Many teenagers suffer in silence, their mental health issues unrecognized, undiagnosed, untreated. The silent crisis of teen mental health needs our undivided attention. It's time to shatter the stigma, to bring these issues out of the shadows, to let our teenagers know that it's okay to not be okay, and most importantly, to ensure they get the help they so desperately need. This is the silent crisis, and it's time we lend our ears, our understanding, and our support. To understand this crisis better, we turn to the experts. It's important to note that when we speak of experts, we're referring to those who have dedicated their lives to studying the human mind and its intricate workings, particularly in the context of adolescence. Renowned psychologists and mental health experts worldwide echo a common sentiment. Teen mental health is not a subject to be taken lightly. It's a critical issue that demands our attention, now more than ever. The rise in mental health issues among teens is not a random occurrence. It's a product of various factors that intertwine to create a complex web of challenges. Dr. Jane Nelson, a well-respected psychologist, suggests that a significant contributing factor is the biological changes that happen during adolescence. The teenage brain undergoes significant development, particularly in the frontal cortex, which manages emotions. This process, coupled with hormonal changes, can lead to heightened emotional responses, making teens more susceptible to mental health issues. Meanwhile, other experts like Dr. Dan Siegel point towards societal pressures as another major contributor. Today's teens are grappling with academic stress, peer pressure, identity issues, and the quest for approval, all of which can take a toll on their mental well-being. The increasingly competitive environment, the need to excel, and the fear of failure are other factors highlighted by Dr. Lisa Damour, an expert in adolescent psychology. She asserts that the pressure to perform can create a sense of anxiety and depression among teens, leading to a rise in mental health concerns. But perhaps the most poignant insight comes from Dr. Jean Twenge, who suggests that the digital age with its constant connectivity has blurred the lines between personal and public spaces for teens. This constant exposure, she believes, can exacerbate feelings of insecurity and self-doubt, thereby impacting their mental health. In conclusion, the reasons behind the rise in teen mental health issues are multifaceted and complex. However, as experts point out, the first step towards resolution is understanding the problem. Could the gadgets in our hands be amplifying this crisis? It's a question we can't afford to ignore. As we delve into the role of social media in teen mental health, it's important to note that social media isn't inherently bad. Like any tool, it's how we use it that shapes its impact. Picture this, an endless flow of perfectly curated lives, each post a highlight reel of success, beauty, and happiness. Now imagine being a teenager still finding your footing in the world, constantly exposed to this. It's not hard to see how this could breed feelings of inadequacy and isolation. The American Academy of Pediatrics warns about the potential for cyberbullying and Facebook depression in teens who spend a lot of time on social media. They express concern about the intense peer pressure and the constant comparison with others' lives that can lead to feelings of despair and loneliness. Dr. Jean Twenge, a renowned psychologist, points out that teens who spend 5 or more hours per day on their devices are 71% more likely to have one risk factor for suicide. That's a staggering correlation, and it's not just about the quantity of time spent online, but also the quality. Social media platforms, with their emphasis on likes and followers, can inadvertently promote a culture of comparison and competition, further exacerbating feelings of inadequacy and anxiety among teens. On the flip side, social media can also serve as a lifeline for some teens. It can provide a space for self-expression, a platform to connect with like-minded peers, and access to resources that might not be available offline. The key is balance and mindful usage. So where does this leave us? It's clear that there's a complex relationship between social media and teen mental health. While it can be a powerful tool for connection and self-expression when used excessively or mindlessly, it can contribute to feelings of isolation and depression. While technology connects us, it also has the potential to isolate us. Let's keep this in mind as we navigate these digital waters, and strive to use these tools in ways that foster well-being, rather than undermine it. What role do parents and educators play in this context? It's a question that demands our attention. As we delve into this topic, it's key to understand that parents and educators are often the first line of defense when it comes to teen mental health. Parents and educators have a unique position in a teenager's life. They are the ones who can spot early signs of mental health issues, such as changes in behavior, mood, or academic performance. They are also the ones who can provide a nurturing and supportive environment, which is essential for a teenager's mental well-being. Experts agree that parents and educators should openly discuss mental health with teenagers. This includes explaining what mental health is, why it's important, and how to take care of it. It's not about making them experts, but about giving them the tools they need to understand their emotions, and to seek help if needed. Furthermore, parents and educators have a crucial role in breaking down the stigma associated with mental health issues. By talking openly and non-judgmentally about mental health, they can help teenagers feel more comfortable seeking help and expressing their feelings. However, the role of parents and educators goes beyond just talking. They also need to lead by example. This means taking care of their own mental health, showing empathy and understanding, and providing a safe and supportive environment where teenagers can thrive. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present and understanding. It's about listening and responding with empathy. And most importantly, it's about taking action when a teenager shows signs of struggling with their mental health. The role of parents and educators is not an easy one, but it is incredibly important. They have the power to change the narrative around teen mental health and to make a significant difference in a teenager's life. The role of parents and educators is pivotal in navigating this crisis. What can we do right now to help our teens? This question is vital, and the answer is within our reach. The first step we need to take is fostering open communication. It's essential for parents and educators to create a safe space where teens can express their feelings without fear of judgment. This involves active listening, showing empathy, and validating their experiences. Remember, it's not about providing solutions all the time. Sometimes, they just need to be heard. Next, we need to educate ourselves and our teens about mental health. Ignorance breeds stigma, and stigma can prevent our teens from seeking help. By understanding the signs, symptoms, and the complexities of mental health issues, we can not only spot problems early, but also normalize these conversations. This could mean bringing mental health education into our schools, or simply having these discussions at the dinner table. Then, we need to encourage healthy habits. This includes physical activity, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep, all of which have been proven to improve mental health. We should also encourage our teens to take breaks from social media and engage in activities they enjoy. It's about balance. Importantly, we need to ensure access to professional help. If a teen is struggling, it's crucial to connect them with mental health professionals who can provide the necessary support and treatment. This might mean advocating for more accessible mental health services in our communities or schools. Lastly, we need to lead by example. Our actions speak louder than words. If we prioritize our mental health, show kindness and understanding, and seek help when we need it, our teens will learn to do the same. It's a collective effort. Parents, educators, and society as a whole need to come together to support our teens. It may seem daunting, but remember, every small step counts. An open conversation, a shared meal, a walk in the park, these simple acts can make a significant difference. Change begins with us, and it begins today.